Emergency.
Yo, don't click that!
I'll do it.
Take him out.
Sir, you're broke.
Oh no. So I bought some crypto, so win Lambo. Hey yo, let's go. So as you can imagine, this is a recipe for societal collapse. I mean, let's take a look at day one of the event to see if you could survive.
Hey Jimmy, is it just me? Or is there something different around here recently?
I don't know what you're talking about. So the first thing to understand is that there's a lot more low-paying jobs than high-paying. So in order for this to happen, there would have to be a ridiculous amount of inflation. And on top of that, the lowest paid people are teenagers, since supposedly you can pay them less than minimum wage. And that would probably play out a little like this.
Yo, I just got paid big time. Let me get all your vapes.
I don't think you can afford that, homie.
Huh, what do you mean? I got 10 milli...
Supply and demand, little bro. But now if this sort of happened on a global scale, then rest in peace to all the first world countries and big ups to the Vietnamese dongs, as their one dong is worth about 0.00041 of a single US dollar. I was the poorest man in Vietnam and now I am the #1 dong holder.
I wouldn't flex that to the first world refugees. You're ratatouille.
Also, let's not forget that doctors and medications would quickly come to a stop, so the death toll would instantly go to the moon, roughly around 5 to 10% of the population. And you can imagine the hospitals would end up looking like complete chaos.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, I'm missing a leg.
Okay, go wait with the others.
Huh? And if you thought that was bad, let's not forget all CEOs, landlords are now done for. And some of you might be celebrating until you realize the implications of this. Every single person who rents, works, or even has to be in the hospital will now be in deep trouble.
All right, we are closing shop. We somehow went out of business overnight. What is this? You have 90 days to get out the property due to foreclosure. What is going on?
And it should be mentioned that the average CEO pay in comparison to its typical employee has increased by a ridiculous amount. So this event would be a very bad day for those head honchos at the top.
What am I hearing? Oh no!
Throw him out the window. Welcome to the dream life, man. And since all these mega rich people be at a deep loss of income, I got a strong feeling they'll be taking a trip to their yachts or their private jets to blast off to those new doomsday bunkers they've been building in these recent years. Man, I wonder what's going on. It's starting to look like a climate conference of all these private jets flying in. And let's not forget, on top of that, every single worker that's below the average income is only going to work for one more paycheck, since they'll be getting paid a ridiculous amount afterwards. But they're only going to be doing this for a little bit, since the harsh reality is there's going to be some crazy inflation making their money worth about 100 times less.
Alright, that will be 1 million buckaroos for that pizza.
Ain't no way. I'm good. But let's be real, the majority of the stores would look like a Black Friday sale. I mean, if you guys weren't aware of it, the majority of lottery winners end up broke. They are 20 times more likely to be killed, and on top of that, 120 times more likely by a family member. And if none of that gets you, keep in mind, excessive drug use often becomes very common when you have unlimited money. Now imagine if these stats applied to the majority. Oh no, it's 2020 all over again. I really hope there's still toilet paper left. So at this point, most jobs are gone, power's off, food's no longer delivered to the stores, trash piles up, currency will be worth almost nothing, and what do you think this leads to? Chaos and violence and looting.
Hey, keep your grubby mitts off my hot dogs!
Ain't no way, I saw him first. Hand him over. But hey, on the bright side, all these investment options would fly straight to the moon because when there's more money in circulation, there's a lot more people thrown into random investments. Almost like what happened with those stimulus checks. But hey, without power, these investments mean very little. And you know, martial law might go into place.
Alright, the military is now in control. Everyone on the bus.
Ain't no way I'm doing that.
I said get on the bus.
After the golden week before reality sets in, for all the new rich people, it would quickly crumble into a trade and bartering system after all the chaos has passed. This is where all the doomsday preppers find their glory days. I knew the day would come. Isn't that right, Wilson? And the unfortunate nature is things will go back into a hierarchical structure inevitably, since humans almost always end up in that type of system. I think it's just part of our nature. Not everyone can be a winner, unfortunately.
What are we gonna do?
Return the monkey. And you might not even end up in any system, since the harsh reality is that most of us have no clue how to survive outside the system. I mean, isn't it fascinating how you can go your whole life without knowing how food is made and still survive? Truthfully, if food sources, power, water, and electricity were completely cut out, most of us wouldn't make it. I think we just wait it out.
3 weeks later.
The government will come to help us soon, don't worry. And this is why I think it's important to understand the basics of survival. Things such as fire making, hunting, farming, and to be completely on the safe side, it's best to understand how to create a shelter. But all this means very little if you aren't physically healthy, since survival isn't the most physically easy thing. Alright, wait for it. Nice. I really think we should probably put an importance in remembering the old world. I mean, I for one can recall a time when technology was a break from the world, but now the world is a break from our technology. Isn't that kind of terrifying? Hey bro, is it just me? Or do people consume so much that they never even stop to spend time to find out who they are?
Yeah, it's kind of terrifying. You know, if you ever stop and ask yourself, am I actively conscious of what I'm doing right now? The answer is often no.
I mean, you spend a third of your life asleep, and I'm sure a third of your life at work, and most people are on autopilot at work, so like, really, how much are you alive for? Isn't that kind of wild? I don't mess with autopilot like that. And speaking of society crumbling, I'd like to talk with you for a second. I see things going on in this world that make very little sense. People hate each other for nonsensical reasons. I mean, something as trivial as what sports team you like. And it's like there's this false barricade between us. It's like a tribal mentality per se. Hey, good game, bro.
What did you say to me? You trying to throw hands?
Whoa, chill out, bucko. At the end of the day, how far apart can we all really be? I mean, we all experience the human condition, we all just want to survive, be safe, loved, and feel okay in our own skin. But sometimes I feel like we let fear run our world.
You can't trust that group of people.
So you're trying to say that every single one of them is the exact same, isn't that kind of diluted?
Yeah.
I feel like it's better to judge someone as an individual instead of making sweeping generalizations, homie. I think a big part of the problem we face is that our lack of understanding of each other kind of scares us a little bit. I mean, in fact, I have people insult me because I don't say something specific in my videos, even though I actually agree with them a lot of times. But just because I don't say a certain thing, they assume I'm against them. It's madness.
Get out of my car now!
Whoa, you don't need to yell at me.
I will fucking talk to you any goddamn way I want.
Hey bro, I'm gonna be honest, I'd be more likely to listen to you if you wouldn't insult me. The second you insult someone, there's a good chance they're not gonna listen to another word you say.
I'm facing a fucking moron! Get out! Now!
With the majority of the words you hear nowadays being a one-way conversation via internet videos, I think we might have forgotten the value of a person since we have infinite access to people now. I mean, let me ask you this. Do you know who your neighbors are? Alright team, so we're gonna create an AI that trains off internet personalities so people can interact with an AI version of their favorite people to watch. That's a bit dystopian, is it not? And to add to that, there's a good chance you know some internet personalities more than your own family. Anyways, I've been working on some merch and it might be a limited drop, so if you want to be the first to know when it launches, feel free to enter your email on my website, Dorbol.com, and there will be a link in the pinned comment and feel free to click this video right here.